My name is Daniel Arias, and I'm 19. I moved here from the Dominican Republic to the U.S. when I was in 7th grade. You know, the transition was different. Like, I came here, I didn't speak English, I didn't know anybody. I came here without anything, so I just had to start all over.
Nosotros nos movimos a la US buscando un mejor futuro, un mejor porvenir para mi familia. Él era un niño muy cariñoso, muy bondadoso, él era un niño muy hyper, tenía habilidades que me sorprendían. Yo me di cuenta cuando Daniel tenía la habilidad para jugar deporte, cuando él estaba en elementary school, que jugaba soccer en la elementary school.
What made me want to start, it was my 7th grade coach. He seen me in the hallways one day and he started talking to me and he's like, "Hey, do you play sports?" I was like, "Yeah, I play soccer." And so he just told me to try out one day and I tried out and he liked what he saw and I just kept playing.
I'm telling you, biggest always works. So if you need like a first down or something, just show me the ball.
Yes, sir.
You know, one of my guys here last year, I just came up to him in the locker room after practice. I was like, "Bro, I want to play the next level." And I just asked him if he could just help me out. And the next day, he had Ryan on the phone with me. I started talking to Ryan. And after that, he came to one of my games. And then I started talking to Tracy. And then after that, my whole life changed.
Yeah, I remember when I met Daniel. It was we went to one of his games and his team was down. I want to say like 18. And then they came back and won, and the place was crazy. So I go up to talk to him, and he's saying one word to me. He's like, "Thanks, thanks." And then to see kind of how he's matured and grown now to where he'll text me randomly at like midnight saying, "What's up? What picture should I post?" It's kind of good to see kind of how he's sprouted and developed into a young man. I remember when I first got a hold of this tape from one of his teammates, we sent it to Tracy, and Tracy was all over. He was triple texting me, quadruple texting me saying, "We gotta get him, we gotta get him." And then from there on, we called it Operation Arias, and then that's just kind of how it kind of sprung. Yeah, his background definitely is different. I remember I learned of his background, I think probably a week after I met him at his game. He was telling me he's not from the US, he's from the Dominican Republic. Originally, he wasn't even supposed to play football. I guess he's supposed to be some big time soccer kid. I don't really see it now, thankfully, but yeah, he's different. I think being from the Dominican, kind of being new to the whole recruiting process, kind of being new to football, it kind of finally came to a boiling point when he kind of clicked for him, and then you see what's happened from there. 20 offers, committed to a Pac-12. It's definitely came together for him.
Daniel, for the most part, when we knew he was a kid that we wanted to get into our program, and you know, he was a kid that was kind of dedicated to everything that we've told him. He trusted in the process. He knew exactly what to do after we told him, and he's done everything right. You know.
Well, my experience with 7-on-7 is crazy. I thought football was just running routes, just catching the ball, and just making touchdowns, but it's not all about that. From Tracy, I've learned that football is all about mental. You gotta learn all these different techniques, all these different things.
Yeah, hell yeah. Excellent job, Darren. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. It's when it matters. That's what we want, is when it matters. And we did it when it matters. You guys got me? Let's move on. Move on 3. 1, 2, 3, move on.
My relationship with the guys just been crazy. Like, I came from a different country, and just coming here to Seattle, everything was just new to me. And then just meeting these different guys and just talking to them and just interacting with them, it just made me into like a different person. Even traveling to different places and going against other guys from like different backgrounds. I mean, that has made me into a better player. I've seen a lot of stuff that I haven't seen before. So I mean, it was a good overall experience just to see another part of the world. And I mean, even training with the guys at FSP that are now playing in college, that's just been a really good experience for me. And just hearing all the advice that they have for me, and then just taking that all in, and then applying that to my personal life, and then helping others that need help, that have been in the same spot that I was before.
Right now, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, FSP. 1, 2, 3, finish. 1, 2, 3, FSP. 1, 2, 3, finish. Let's go.
Some people might not know this, but FSP is not just all about football. It's about being a student athlete. It's about training you to be a student at the next level. You know, I got that one call from Tracy that one night. He's like, "Yo, D, your transcript is not adding up. You know, I got scared. I was like, shoot, so that means I can't play then? Like, I started to like just get worried. I started talking to my mom, my teachers, and
With the academic portion, that was the really tricky part. So when we got Daniel's transcripts, he had a 3.45. So, you know, indirectly we didn't think that, you know, there was a problem with him. He passed our standard GPA requirement of a 3.0, and he was above it with a 3.45. And as we sent his transcripts out to schools and et cetera, we had a couple red flags on some of his classes because, you know, he did have a little bit of a learning disability. So again, because of his move from the Dominican Republic, so it was really hard for him, you know, with the barriers of English to Spanish, it made it a little bit difficult for him. So, you know, there was a lot of stuff that, you know, that we had to do as far as to, you know, almost, you know, challenge his classes to make sure that he was in the appropriate classes, to make sure that he was able to receive a scholarship, because some of the classes that he was in prior didn't match up NCAA requirements. So again, just being able to see exactly who the kid was, hey, this isn't a kid that, you know, we're not telling a teacher to change an F to a C. We're not asking anybody to change a D to a C or a B to an A, because this is a kid that has, you know, B's and A's and he's working extremely hard. But school was, you know, could be a little bit challenging for him, but his work ethic is what set him apart, which is why, you know, academically he sat at a 3.45. So, so we did have a little bit of challenges to kind of overcome, but, you know, we kind of did, and our academic team, you know, did a really phenomenal job of, you know, digging into the gut of his transcript to make sure that, you know, the coding of the certain classes that he was in was NCAA required. And
something that I really loved is when Tracy, he had his whole crew just fighting for me, just fighting day and night until everything just got fixed. He called me that one day. He's like, "Yo, D, you're back in the game." You know, I was that one kid that would just come home after school and just watch all these different football highlights from all these different kinds of players, from UCLA, USC, Washington, Wazoo, and then I don't know, it just hit me when I went to all these like college tours with Tracy and the other boys. It was just like, whoa, I'm actually here. I'm actually seeing this in person. And then, I mean, like, the thought just came to my mind was I could actually play football in college and play in the next level. So I mean, it was a shock to me. I couldn't believe it at first, but I mean, it's actually happening.
Yo me siento de Daniel jugando fútbol en college. Me siento feliz, me siento orgullosa por las metas que él ha alcanzado, hasta donde él ha llegado. Me siento bien.
I remember that one day when we got that one call and we found out that she was actually in the U.S. just working day and night, saving up money just to bring my brother and I back to the U.S. just to be with her. When I came here, everything was different. I didn't know how to speak English. I didn't have anything. I didn't have that nice bling that people have nowadays. You know, I told my mom, "Mami, cuando yo esté en la liga, yo te voy a comprar una casa, te voy a comprar un carro," and I was gonna make her the happiest mom ever. So now, she just seen all the accomplishments that I've been doing and all the things that I've been blessed with. She's happy with me. She's a single mom, and I just see how hard she works just to put food on the table for my brother, my sister, and I just look at that and I'm like, wow, that's crazy. And I just thank her every single day because she fights and works for us just so we could be happy. I'm gonna take from FSP and my experience just with Tracy and the boys, and just the whole experience I mean, something I've learned from Tracy is like, you don't get nothing for free. You have to actually work for your thing. You have to actually work hard every single day. You gotta grind and just trust the process and just keep pushing yourself. And also, something that he taught me was, you see, I've been blessed with all these different things, so I have to learn to give that back, and I have to help others that are in need, and just be there for that one kid that was in my shoes